So this happened a few weeks ago. I had to go to the army to see if I was fit to join, and everybody have to do this at some point in their lives. Most people do it when they're 18, 19 or 20. I was 18 at the time, and yeah, I was driving. Of course, there was a lot of fucking traffic. There was traffic everywhere. Like, I had to stop multiple times, so I got there just in the nick of time. I had around 2 minutes left, but I got there in time, and of course, I was the last one to join the group that was there for the day. I walked in there and I scanned the room, and I saw it was all guys and just one girl. And these guys, they were fucking buff, man. They fucking looked like army material. They looked like fucking Rambos, and even the girl looked like a fucking female version of Rambo. It was that crazy. I walked in there. I was the last one to come, so of course I was also the last one to leave. So I walk in, I get signed up, no big deal, and then we all get called into some kind of presentation room where we are supposed to watch a few documentaries or just videos about the army life and how the army is. So yeah, we go do that. It's nothing special. If I had to describe it, it was just a bunch of videos of soldiers like walking and talking. So yeah, that was basically what it is, talking about every single faction kind of you can join within the military. So there I sit in the presentation room, just surrounded by these big ass fucking dude, and of course I could sit right in the middle of the fucking presentation room, right? And I can just smell this fucking guy on my right. He didn't even bother to take any cologne on that day. So I could just smell his sweaty armpits during the entire presentation. I could smell this dude's fucking armpits every second of the presentation, and it was disgusting. This guy, he smelled like he just came out of the gym and didn't even bother to put any cologne on. I mean, it was that bad. And I swear that army lady, she just looked at me with some kind of funny look during the entire presentation. I don't know if she was attracted to me or she just was annoyed by my presence in life. It felt like number one though, because I could smell the sexual tension in there, or maybe it was just the guy's armpits. I don't know. So right after that, we go into what is called the test room, where they will test us in just common sense and figuring out puzzles. And I swear to God, that was the hardest test I've ever had in my entire fucking life. But luckily for me, Mr. Sweatsalot was all the way across the entire room this time. So first, we get this test, I look at it, and I think I'm gonna nail this test. This test, it's gonna be easy fucking peasy. It's common sense test. How hard can it be, right? For the first half, I was kinda right. It was pretty easy, and then at question number 22, it just fucking hit you like a brick wall, full speed. I'm not joking around here, guys. All the questions didn't even make sense anymore. It was just a bunch of shapes and letters that didn't have any correspondence to each other. There was no way to solve them. I didn't even finish the test. I just plowed through as much as I could and got almost everything wrong at the second half of the test, but I still had enough. I still passed because I'm not an idiot, and that shit was ridiculous. So I passed, easy enough, right? So here is where the scary part comes. Our medical test. I was like number 18. So basically we had to go inside, almost stripped completely naked, and had some random person and just like test our physical form and see what shape we're in to see if we are fit to join the army physically. And I was number 18, so I had a lot of time to see how people reacted after they came out of the doctor's room, and they looked terrified. Every single guy that came out of the doctor's room had a Vietnam flashback face plastered on their face permanently. So I end up overhearing some talk between the guys that already had been into the doctor's room, and I hear the words "never again" and "balls." And at that point I began being really fucking scared, because I saw that the doctor was this creepy old dude. And if that creepy old dude had to touch my balls, so I approached one of the guys that already had their physical exam, and I asked him what the deal was with his face, his scared ass face. I didn't really say that, but he said that you had to strip completely naked and he had to fiddle with your balls while you cough. The old creepy dude will have you take off your underpants and he'll fiddle with your balls while you cough a bunch of times until he feels satisfied. I mean, I'm not even joking, that's exactly what happened. Around half of the people were done at this point, and I swear that creepy old dude, every time he came out to call in the next person, he would give me this creepy look just for half a second, but it was enough for me to know what exactly he wanted out of me. And I knew that I would have no part of it. I would have no men fiddling with my balls this day or any other day. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just don't like having old dudes fiddle with my balls. So the army lady, because it took so much time, assigned another doctor, a female doctor, to help the old dude test out the remaining people. At that point, I prayed to God that I would get the female doctor, because if that happened, I would feel a little bit more comfortable than I would with that creepy old dude. So alas, I get called in to the female doctor. Yes, that is right. That creepy old dude didn't have to fiddle with my balls any day soon. And I know what you're thinking. Did the female doctor fiddle with your balls? Well, no, she didn't. The army staff thought that was too inappropriate for the female doctor to fiddle with your balls, and she just touched our thighs instead. So yeah, that day was the closest I've ever been to have a guy fiddle with my balls. So after I walk out of the doctor's room with the biggest smirk on my face, so I go in, pick a number to see if I have to go into the military or if I get to choose myself. And I got a really high number, so I get to choose myself if I want to go in the military. I haven't decided yet, but at least I can choose, and that's the important part to me. Yeah, that was just the story I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys want more of these kind of stories, just hit that like button and subscribe button, because that's the only thing I live for. I only live for likes and subscribers. That's the only reason I live. Please.